Pre-order your Dragon Ball Figuarts at Big Bad Toy Store at the link in the description down below, because they don't last long. Dragon Ball, Pokemon, Kaiju, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello there, collectors, it's Steven here, and I am back with another Dragon Ball Z SH Figuarts review for you. And today we're going to be taking a look at one figure who has a very controversial name. Why? We all know that this is Majin Buu, but which one is it? Well, today we're taking a look at the SH Figuarts Majin Buu Aku, or Evil. Yeah, some folks in North America know him as Super Buu, but realistically speaking, through naming, this is Evil Buu, not the gray one. Now, for this review, just as a quick disclaimer, I'm trying something a little different with my camera to maybe make Dragon Ball Figuarts reviews in the future a little easier to edit, so please bear with me with this small experiment. Anyway, the next Majin Buu Figuarts is released, and fans are crazy about this one because it is highly articulated, and people love this pink gummy fiend. So let's take a look to see whether or not he's worth adding into your collection. Tamashii Nations has been on an absolute roll lately, and they have done very well with making the SH Figuarts, at least for the Dragon Ball releases, look very nice. Majin Buu here is absolutely no exception to that rule. The only issue is that there are going to be very minor, almost nitpicks here and there, except for one issue with one of the alternate heads we're going to talk about when it comes to the accessories. What are the issues here for Majin Buu as a whole? Well, some of the black dots, or technically holes, around Buu, they look like they're not painted all the way as thick as some of the others. What? Yeah, it looks like some of the other ones have thinned out black paint where they're applied, not necessarily the same as the rest. And under close scrutiny of a macro lens, you can see little bits of dirt and little strands of something on the face and here and there, but realistically speaking, Buu does look good. Masking issues around the belt? Not really that big of a deal. It's a production piece, not a perfected prototype. But where Bandai really did well is that M on his belt. It actually does look good. Bandai tends to struggle with gold paint, and here they did well. Gauntlets, yeah, they could use a touch-up, but again, this is the production piece, not the prototype. Overall, whether it's going to be the blue for the mouth, the red for the eyes, the shading on the pants, Majin Buu does look great, and fans of the character will be pleased with this release, because why? Not only is the paint relatively nice, the sculpt is good as well. Evil Buu's articulation is great, to put it lightly. Not perfect because there's just a little bit wrong with it, but that's still okay, because name me any figure, it's not perfect. What do we have? The head attaches into the neck on a ball joint, and what a ball joint system it is. Look at that. Whoops, it popped off. Yeah, the head is relatively easy to pop off, but it's not that big of a deal because it pops back in easily. So yes, Buu can look up about that far and look down about that far just with that ball joint alone. Obviously, we can twist and turn and tilt and all that fun stuff with just that ball joint. Then the neck plugged into the body has another ball joint, so we can get Buu to look in literally any direction. The farther up you push it, though, you're going to get a gap. So those of you who don't like that, yeah, you're going to have that as a little bit of an issue. But when you can cock his head to the side just like he does in the manga anime, then you're just good. And that was a forced joke. It was bad. I don't feel bad, though. Anyway, continuing on down, we do have hinges for the shoulders. So this way he can T-pose. Very easy, just like that. Then we do have butterfly hinges, which allow you to move Buu's arms out very far, just like that, which is sweet. Then there are ball joints that the shoulders plug into the body on, which is cool. So this way we can move them around. We can drop them down a little bit, push them back up. Now this one on mine, I actually told a lot of people that it was stuck and was not able to move. If you saw my unboxing, yeah, I had some serious trouble with this joint as well. What I did to fix that was the old dish soap trick, and I actually let it sit in the box for a while, came back to it after applying a little bit of heat as well on another attempt, and now it moves just fine. So if you're having issues, there should be a card popping up right about here now. Click on that, and it will help you out for fixing stuck or tight joints. As you can see here, we do have bicep swivels, so this way you can spin Buu's arms around. Then we have double hinged elbows, which is always nice. Now, interestingly enough, we do have ball-jointed wrists, so that's cool, but unfortunately the gauntlets do kind of block the articulation a bit, which if you were observant over here, you would have seen there is a swivel at the gauntlet. So this way you don't even have to worry about that. You can get Buu's hand pointing in any direction you would like. So basically speaking, for the arms, yeah, you don't really have to worry about any sort of posing issues. Buu can do it all. That's great. That's fantastic. Now for the torso. This is kind of where there's a little step back, and that's just because of the design of the character. Or maybe Bandai could have done something a little bit different. We do have a ball joint for the ab crunch, which also has a hinge in there, as you can see in there, just a little bit down there. So that's great. Buu has a nice range of movement forward and back, side to side. Yeah, the rib cage there does get in the way and collides down here, so yeah, it is a bit limited. But we do have a ball joint down there as well, and with all that nice range of movement there, we can sort of fake any position you would need to get Buu into. So that does work. So yes, the torso, it's a little limited, but with some creativity, you can sort of circumvent any posing issues that would cause. For the hips, we do have the 2.0 style, which are going to allow you to have two swivels there. So this way you can swing Buu's legs out to the sides about that far. A perfect split there, and legs can go forward and back that far. Very nice. We do have thigh swivels where the hips plug into the legs, so that's very good. And we have double hinge knees that basically only work as kind of one hinge. Yeah, so single hinge characters kind of have the same amount of movement, which is eh. Now, remember way back in the day with the first Dragon Ball Figuarts released circa 2010, how they had the double axis or barbell style ball joint for ankle joints? Yeah, that's what Buu's working with. So, remember Piccolo and the first releases of Goku, how the joints were not that great? Yeah, they're still doing that here. So, yeah, we can twist and turn from side to side, rock them forward and back and whatnot, and we do get a toe hinge, which is a perfect 90-degree angle, but yeah, ankle joints gonna be a little iffy there. And he does have a nice center of gravity, so some more complicated poses can be struck with ease. So overall for Buu here, articulation is nice, and if you are creative with posing, then congratulations, you have a wonderful tool here for your photography. Time for accessories, and what all does Buu come with? Well, we get a few extra hand parts, we get 2 alternate head parts to go with Majin Buu, and then to go with Majin Buu Zen, or good, that Buu, we get an alternate head part with that tentacle sticking up in the air that doesn't actually look that great, and we get a little burst of energy. What is that? The chocolate beam. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of those accessories that Majin Buu comes with, and unfortunately, he doesn't really come with everything that this character just might need. Well, let's talk about it. First and foremost, the alternate head parts. Buu's going to come with a maniacal screaming face that Buu wants to get let out of the hyperbolic time chamber, and we have plenty of veins to really convey that anger that Buu has. Now, the mouth paint actually does look pretty good here, so kudos to Bandai for nailing that. Then we do have the stern face, where Buu is done taking crap from anyone, and he's getting ready to unleash the human massacre attack that he used up on Kami's lookout. Or Dende's lookout. The lookout. Anyway, here's the quality control issue that I was talking about a little earlier. Do you see what it is? Let's look a little closer. Yeah, the eyes are not aligned properly. Yep. Now, once you see it, you're gonna see it continuously, and you're probably gonna check yours if you do get this figure, or if you already have it, to see if yours is the same. Yeah, once I realized that, I just can't look at this head the same. Yeah. So you already saw how you can pop it off and reattach it in the articulation, so let's go ahead and move right on over to the extra hand parts, where we are going to get fists, so this way if you want Buu to beat his chest, he can. He does come with an even more so set of splayed hands, so this way he can fire off a ki blast if you did want him to. He does come with a pointing hand, or this way he's firing a gun, hood style. That's what's dope and fire these days, right fam? And then he has one come hither hand, so this way he can taunt Gotenks into firing off the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, because that worked so well for him. Now the last accessory that Majin Buu comes with is going to be the alternate head part for Good Buu. Basically, what this is going to be is just a normal head sculpt for Buu with a little bit of an upturned smile with that tentacle raised up in the air, which also has good quality control, by the way. So this way you can attach that little burst of energy onto it, and it looks like he's using the chocolate beam. Cool. Now, I do take issue here because you can clearly see where the tentacle and the head part were actually attached together. So between the two Majin Buu releases, this is the only one where it was not seamless. Why? I don't know. The little burst of energy I actually thought would be attached to the head part, so it's good that it's not. So this way, if you wanted to use it as an independent effect part, you could. And it does look good despite the fact that it is pretty small. So all in all, Majin Buu Evil here does come with a lot of nifty accessories. And to be honest, I'm a little disappointed. Why? Not that he doesn't come with an effect part. No, he doesn't necessarily need that, though some sort of pink energy blast would have been great. But he doesn't come with a drink or a magazine while Gotenks figures out whatever he needs to figure out. He also doesn't come with an hourglass, so this way Goten and Trunks can train more while he's looking on the lookout, or even a Chi-Chi candy bar. That's a little upsetting. Was it a candy bar Chi-Chi was turned into? I don't know, it's been a while since I watched it. Anyway, if you do need more effect parts, definitely check out the video that's going to pop up in the card in the top right-hand corner of your screen, so this way you can figure out what else you might need. But when you can do a head swap like this, do you really need anything else? Yeah. Now we're going to go ahead and round the review out with a size comparison for you, so this way you can see exactly how big Majin Buu might be alongside some of your other figures. And as you can see, this is one tall boy here. Not necessarily large in terms of shelf space like Broly or Majin Buu Good would take up, but he is definitely tall. You may have to have him crouch over just a little bit to clear some space on your shelf for whatever's going to be above him. Do keep that in mind. So, buy now, skip, or wait for a deal here. Majin Buu Evil looks very nice, the articulation is superb, and the accessories are rather nice, though, I don't know, maybe he could have come with a food item. It's pretty disappointing that Fat Buu came with something, Evil Buu didn't, despite the fact that they're about the same price point. Yeah, definitely something missing there. Anyway, at the end of the day, Evil Buu is a great purchase, and I'm very glad that I picked him up. If you're looking for a super articulated action figure, this is definitely the way to go. And fans who are kind of in between on this guy, don't worry, he is absolutely worth the purchase. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand-selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand-selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.